All right, guys, here I am making what I call pigs in the blanket. I know there's many ways to say it. Golubki. It's a Polish dish. It's delicious. It's amazing. And I pulled ideas throughout my experience from so many different places and so many Polish grandmothers. And here's my take on a classic. 2 cups of rice that we're gonna rinse in cold water, and then we're gonna add 4 cups or a quart of water. We're gonna bring the rice to a boil, and as soon as it boils, turn that low. That temperature is very, very low, to barely a simmer, and cap it, and then go 12 minutes low and slow. Rice will be beautifully fluffy, I promise. Gravy, we put the powder in, we add water, slowly whisk it. When it comes thick, add the rest of the water, and then bring it to a boil until it thickens. Carrots, onions, and celery. I'm gonna dice these 3 onions super, super fine. If you don't have the greatest knife skills, you can use a food processor. But we want to use about 3 onions for one. You saw my 5-quart stock pot of Piggies. I put a little oil in that pot. It doesn't have to be hot. Now I'm doing my celery real fine. I'm gonna chop that up. That was about 4 ribs of celery. Now we're using 5 cloves of garlic. We're gonna peel the shells off, and jackets off. We're gonna add that to a bay leaf. We'll show you later about what we're gonna do with that. Carrots, I like to use a cheese grater. This is really nice when you're making tomato sauce. You can get it fine, and that way the carrots melt beautifully into the sauce. Add that to your onions and your celery, and go on the stove. Here's some fresh thyme and herbs that I chopped. Use parsley as well. Now our mirepoix, we're gonna saute this out until it sweats, until it becomes a little dark and caramelized, and then when we get to that point, we're using a wooden spoon especially, which is important. We're gonna add our tomato product. You could use paste. This is a plum Alta Cucina product, Stanislas. I like that product. So a little bit of tomato product at first, and then you caramelize it, cleaning the bottom of your pan with the spoon. It's very important. Garlic goes in. There's some butter that I put in after this, and there's some bay leaves that I put in here. Now I'm gonna saute that just a little bit more, and then the rest of my tomato sauce until it thickens, as you can see, okay? Now, you wanna add your gravy product. This is a reduction for minors. You could use demi-glace if you don't have it. Many people don't. Use gravy. There's nothing wrong with a good quality powdered gravy, especially Katie's Kitchen product. Fresh herbs go in with our ground beef and our rice. This is gonna be our filling. Season it with salt and pepper, mix it, set it to the side. You can do this the day ahead. This could be done 2 days ahead, and then wrapped very tightly to prevent any oxygen from getting in. A trick with the cabbage, freeze it in your freezer overnight, pull it out, boil it, and then as the leaves come off, just pull them into a vessel. I put a little bit of those broken leaves on the bottom so that the Piggies or the Golabkis do not stick. Now it's time to roll it up. If you want to use an ice cream scoop for portion control, I like to go by eye because some leaves are bigger than others. Roll them up nice, and then we're just gonna shingle them right into that pot. I use a really thick gauge stainless steel pot. It's important that you have a thick gauge pot. Now that sauce that you made goes right on top of those Piggies. You shake it because you want that sauce to get to the bottom so there's no burning or sticking. Now that cabbage water goes in. There's a ton of flavor in there, and there's a ton of vitamins in there. This might look thin. You want it to look a little thin because think about it. The rice has a starch in it. It's gonna cook. It's gonna thicken that sauce as well as the gravy. This is what it looks like after about 6 to 8 hours, low and slow. Thanks for watching. Drop a question, drop a comment, check the recipe out. I hope you like it.